Paul says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loves the church and gave himself up for her. This is not a call for us to sacrificially love our spouses when they deserve it. It's a call to sacrificially love them whether they deserve it or not. It's not sacrifice if you're doing it as a reward. This is one of the common breakdowns in our relationships. We give when we feel the spouse is deserving. We let a little bit out when we feel like it's been earned. That's not sacrificial love. What's happening when I lose my temper with you, with my kids, with my wife? What's happening when I explode? What's happening when I'm provoked? What's going on? Well, if you ask me in the moment, I'd say, what's going on? They're going on. This is what's going on. Do you see? This is what's going on. But that's literally the opposite of what it is. When I explode, it is always only from something inside of me. It is never from something outside of me. The best something outside of me can do, the best you can do is draw out what's in me. That's the best you can do. The best a circumstance can do is expose externally something that is already internal to me. This is so important. Jesus says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. 60 years, 50 years, 20 years, 10 years, 1 year, it's a long time to live with another sinner. Because that's what you're doing. That's what I'm doing. We're living with another sinner. And this is a problem. If we don't apply the gospel to each other over and over and over again. So there might be someone here, a husband saying, Mark, I had hope in the first few years. I had hope in the first 20 years, but the hope is gone. To you, I would say, sir, I would beg of you, take your bucket and put it in the well of the gospel. There's plenty of hope there. Maybe you, ma'am, you say, well, my husband, he's never going to change. What he is here on Sunday, Mark, isn't what he is when we get in the car. And that's a reality for sometimes. What he's going to be at the picnic, Mark, it's not going to be a picnic when we get home, if you know what I mean. Listen, faking Christianity will get you nowhere. In fact, it'll heap more condemnation upon you. But wives, listen, if you're discouraged and you're falling into hopelessness, let me remind you of this hopeful love. Don't draw from the hope of his lack of progression. Draw from the hope of Calvary. And love him with that hopeful love.